Hello, Facebook world. Welcome into this Wednesday edition of Sports First. I'm Gabrielle Amado, joined by George D. Metellus.
What's going on, y'all? G-unit!
In the house.
Yeah.
And a special hello to all of you watching on our new beIN Extra channel. This is a reminder to all of you that you can join the conversation at any point in the show by joining us on Facebook and writing a little comment for us. On our agenda today, George.
Okay.
Mbappe's potential price tag revealed. And take out your checkbooks, because it's a big number. We're going to talk the most expensive players in the game right now. Then we're going to talk a little bit of Sadio Mane, because guess what? He's African Player of the Year.
Deserved.
Is he the next to win the Ballon d'Or? We investigate. We'll hop on the transfer train and also talk a little bit of Tom Brady, because he posted on Instagram to clear up his future. Kind of. All this on Sports First. That starts now. Roll, please. $295 million.
That's it?
That's the price tag that they have put on this mega man who,
That's
let's
it?
be real, is the best player in the game right now. Young player.
That's it?
Really? So you think it should be more? Let's break this down.
It should be 350.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, 350. He's at least 300 million. At least 300 million. Yeah, that I don't know. That sounds a little low to me.
Bavon Gray saying, hello, GNG. Hello, Bavon. Andrew Contura, G-Unit is back to
What's
back.
up, Bavon and
Yes,
Andrew? What's
we
up,
are.
y'all?
Andrew Contura gonna three-peat tomorrow. You'll have to tune in to find out.
That's
But
right.
yes, so Kylian Mbappe, $295 million, tops the list of most expensive players in our game right now. And so, I mean, the rumors pretty much say that he's going to be headed to Real Madrid. If it's not this summer, it'll be the next.
Yeah.
He's always wanted to play for Real Madrid. So $295 is what Real Madrid are going to have to pay to get him. I think it's well worth the money.
Oh yeah,
Your
yeah.
take
It's
on it,
definitely
George.
if it's definitely worth the money, especially if they can get some good players around him to really enhance his talents. But man, 295, I thought he'd be at least 300, 315.
So Brendan Burns is saying, I was thinking around 380. So you could,
Ooh,
that's
Brendan.
a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? If PSG is smart, they'll charge Real Madrid 380. There you go.
Ryan Moran saying, Gabby, this is your conscious speaking. I know you want to talk about Neymar and the rumors that he might extend his PSG contract, but please don't. Your fans don't want to hear it.
Thank you.
Fine. We won't talk about Neymar's PSG contract extension, but we are going to talk a little bit more about this list. Guess who
Okay.
came in second?
Behind Kylian Mbappe.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try with age. I've got to mix age
Right.
with talent
Yes.
and everything. So I would say Joao Felix is number 2.
No.
No.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling comes in at number 2, $248 million.
Raheem Sterling is
Honestly, I think he's very underrated. We have a producer here at beIN Sports who thinks that Raheem Sterling should be in the conversation for best player in the world. That's a little much. But I do think that he's not given the credit that he deserves.
Yeah.
He is still
Okay.
very young, has been playing superbly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
he really should be in these top 3 conversations.
Yeah, Pep has definitely made his career better for sure. But wow, almost 250 million for Raheem Sterling. Woo.
Bavon Gray saying Mbappe could be worth 500 mil in the future. Well, taking into consideration all of the money that he brings in promotionally and kit sales and all that, I would agree.
Yeah, makes sense.
John Kiel, that be rare if Madrid don't pay up this summer for him. I was surprised they didn't last year. Yeah, it was surprising when he decided to stay on.
Yeah, I think he might. Mbappe might have one trophy to get with PSG before he makes that move to Real Madrid. So we'll see what happens there. But
That coveted Champions League.
yeah, and they might be saving some money now so that they can get him in the summer.
Messi comes in 8th on this list. Yes, 8th. He is currently valued at $139 million.
What?
I know.
What?
And you guys let us know, because we all know that there's a lot of Messi fans in our comment section, what you think about that. 8th place.
8th?
And it gets better. Only $2 million more than Griezmann.
What?
30. I know. So shocking, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, age plays a huge role in
That
this
must-
equation.
For Messi, and he at 8th, I know age is a factor. Man, with him, it shouldn't be a factor. He's
Right.
still fantastic.
Absolutely.
I don't understand that one at all.
So this study was put together by the CIES Observatory, who do a ton of really interesting reports on our modern game. And I know you
Okay.
guys didn't want to talk about Neymar, but I do have to bring him up because he came in 19th on the list, valued at $111 million. Now, we've been talking a lot about the potential that Barcelona go pick him up this summer, find the money for him.
Mm-hmm.
PSG, we thought, would want around the same amount of money that they bought him for, which is the 220 mark. This is less than 100 mil less than that.
So you're talking about what, 50% reduction, something like that? Quick math. Wow. Look, I can understand it. The talent says that he's worth close to Mbappe range, but when you look at the production over the last couple seasons, the injuries and all of that, you can see why they haven't rated that low or valued that low. So it makes sense.
Brendan Burns saying that's so insulting for Neymar's quality. Now, Brendan, you're not buying the quality or the potential. You're buying what the player is valued at right now. Dembele is the perfect example of this, a player that has a ton of potential. Barcelona bought this potential, and they haven't gotten the returns
for it. Yeah, I mean, in PSG, the same thing. They paid all that money, and what has he done?
Right.
What has he done to help them get closer to Champions League? Nothing.
Jean Kiel saying too many injuries and baggage. I think you're referring to Neymar's price tag drop. Agree. And that's precisely what it is.
Yep.
Fabian Cardellino, that's a gut punch for PSG. That's what they get for overpaying. I don't think they didn't overpay, though, at the time.
No, at the time it was worth it.
And he brought in a lot of marketing money. You guys have to remember that plays a huge role when purchasing certain players.
Right. And I think another aspect that maybe they overlooked was the locker room leadership. Look, at Barcelona, he had Messi and Suarez to keep him in check. He has no one at PSG to keep him in check, and that's part of the reason why there's that kind of strained relationship, or it hasn't been as smooth as people would like.
So you have to go all the way down to 32nd place, and that's where you hit your first Real Madrid player on this list, Eden Hazard. He is currently valued at 100 mil. So that's more or less what Real Madrid did good business
really
on that.
Played that much this season, so you figured it's going to go down.
And then the second Real Madrid player is Rodrigo, the youngster, the young Brazilian, and he's valued at 96 mil. So I think pretty shocking, though, that you have to go all the way down to over 30th place to get your first Real Madrid player.
Yeah, that is shocking. That is shocking for sure. But hey, you look at the way they've been playing and the production of some of these players, and then you factor in the age and everything, it kind of makes sense. Real Madrid is on a bit of a downslide right now, but you figure they're going to get back on the upswing soon.
Gabriel Pessoa is saying, I would agree with Neymar's new market value if we are to believe the dangers of Neymar's knee failing him again. And you do have to take all these injuries into account. Not that I'm rooting for it, but experts have mentioned it's likely for him to suffer a recurrence of that injury.
Absolutely. I mean, back-to-back second half of the seasons with basically the same injury. Yeah, I mean, it's a distinct possibility. That's a great point. Yeah.
Bavon Gray, Leo's left foot alone should be worth 300 mil.
That sounds
Ain't
about
that
right.
The truth? Yeah,
that sounds
that
about
really
right.
Is. So an interesting list. And one to keep in mind, because maybe a team like Real Madrid are going to look at this list and say, 32nd, that's not going to work. We need Mbappe now.
Yeah.
So interesting. Let's move on. Sadio Mane, round of applause to him. He picked up the African Player of course, Mohamed Salah won this award in 2017 and in 2018, but Mane has said, nope. It's my turn now, and rightly deserved. I mean, the man picked up the Premier League Golden Boot. He won the Champions League. He won the Super Cup. He won the Club World Cup and took Senegal to the Africa Cup of Nations final.
It's about time. I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him.
He is king. He really is.
There you go.
This is a man who, even Lionel Messi, speaking of Lionel Messi, thought that he deserved to win the Ballon d'Or this year.
This is the most swag, gangster, smooth picture I have ever seen for anyone win any award ever in anything.
Something tells me Georgie Metellus is going to want to have a beIN Sports photo shoot like this.
Oh, man, this is so smooth and gangster. Man, really Sadio Mane deserved the award just for this picture right here. Oh, man, but all those accomplishments, he deserved it for sure. And you know what? I'm glad that there's an individual award, that the award given to an individual, that they got it right. Because it seems like a lot of these individual awards, sometimes they get it wrong, but he definitely deserved it. Plus, man, I should have this. Can I get this framed and then put on my wall?
Absolutely,
this is the most
George.
Gangster. Dang, that's swag right there, boy.
But it leads us to the conversation of the Ballon d'Or. He finished fourth in the Ballon d'Or race after the year that he had. Did he deserve to be higher?
He deserved to be higher. He deserved to be above Messi. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
I did. Look, he won more. They played head-to-head, and his team won, and he was bigger influence in his team winning than Messi was. And he got a Continental. Well, he didn't win the AFCON, but he did get to the final. Yeah, he got him to the final. He scored, Premier League Golden Boot, as you mentioned. He had a better season than Messi, so I thought he should have been higher than Messi. I thought Van Dijk should have won the award, but we all know that it's getting to the point now especially when you talk about Messi and Ronaldo, it's, they scored this many goals, so they should win it. And that's
Right.
not always the case. But he should have gotten at least second or third above Messi.
So 2020 Ballon d'Or. Could this man win it? I mean, if Liverpool win the Champions League, again, maybe, they win the Premier League like it looks like they are headed to do so, do you think that he could lift it?
He could.
He is missing that continental piece, though, that he had last year.
Right. It could be. That could be the case. Depends also, Mo Salah, on how he fares and with Liverpool as well. There's still a Ronaldo out there, depending what he does with Juve and the goals he scores for Juve. So he's definitely in the mix. He's one of the 5 candidates right now, for sure.
Absolutely. And in a year that I think the Champions League is going to be key to whoever lifts that Ballon d'Or. Let's see what you guys are saying about this. Brendan Burns, well-deserved by both Mane and Hakimi, which moves us into the young player of the year, young African player of the year, Achraf Hakimi, a man who Real Madrid fans are salivating watching at Borussia Dortmund. He has had a sensational year. Real Madrid have to call him back.
Oh, of course, of course. First of all, how about going to Borussia Dortmund and developing as a footballer? I've always said if you want to develop as a footballer, you go to Portugal or the Netherlands. I think Dortmund might be third in that list. The Bundesliga might be third. I mean, he's just blossoming. We've seen Paco Alcácer score a lot of goals for Borussia Dortmund as well. So he's developed, and I think Real Madrid, they might, when Dani Carvajal starts to get a little older, you might have to bring him back. But I'm proud of him. He's done very well, and he deserves it. And they're seeing here Bayern is interested. Real Madrid better get him before Bayern does.
So you jumped the gun there.
I did. My bad.
That was my next. No, George, we're on the same page. We're G-Unit. But yeah, so Bayern Munich now interested. Not a shocker because Bayern Munich have a history of going and scooping Borussia Dortmund's best players. But would Real Madrid be silly to let him go?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't do it.
Yeah, you can't do it. Look, they were silly to let Morata go. To me,
wow,
not because Morata,
because
Morata is a big time goal scorer, but he does give them some depth, and it's something that they need right now, especially at center forward. So if you have a talent,
Jovic non-existent.
Exactly. Yeah. Where are you, Luka Jovic? He's back at Frankfurt. I don't know, celebrating
He's not back at Frankfurt. Everyone, just a public service announcement.
Yeah. But anytime you can get quality players on your squad, you got to get them and get that depth.
And our comment section is agreeing with us. Richard Murray saying Hakimi is a good talent. If he is smart, he joins Real Madrid, not Bayern. I totally agree.
Although he might get more playing time at Bayern. So that's a trade-off there. We'll see.
Brendan Burns, Dortmund always does a great job developing young talent. I like how they have no fear throwing young players into the fire. And the perfect example of that is Jadon Sancho, who ranks 4th on that
fourth?
Yes. He is currently valued at 186 mil.
Woo.
Dortmund bought him for $8 million. And now they're going to sell him for 180 according to the market.
Man,
so,
brilliant.
This is a man who, Borussia Dortmund, a club that definitely knows how to do good business.
The talent scout for Borussia Dortmund should get a raise.
Absolutely. Well, I'm sure he has gotten a couple.
Yeah.
Let's move and hop onto the transfer train, and we'll begin with Jadon Sancho because he is not for sale in January. Now, all clubs are, obviously clearly have their eye on this sensational talent, but Dortmund have said that they don't want to sell him in this window, and so he's not for sale. But where could you see him going? Maybe in a summer window?
Jadon Sancho. Ooh, that's a good question. Probably
back to England?
I was thinking the Premier League. He might go back to the Premier League. Although, you know what? Maybe I think he would do really well in Serie A. I think Serie A, they could use him. Maybe a Juve could use him to kind of freshen up the squad, bring some young players in. I'd like to see him at Inter. Milan could definitely use him. Milan could use anybody right now.
I have a player who may be headed to Milan later on our transfer train. We'll get to that in a couple minutes.
I'd like to see that. You know what? Don't be surprised if PSG get him.
Really?
Don't be surprised. Di Maria is a little older. Maybe if Mbappe leaves, they'll have some cash. And it's not a substitute for Mbappe, but it's still a very good player they could get in. So, all the big money clubs are going to be in, but I'm looking at Serie A, PSG.
Our people in the comment section are predicting, and Marvin Fenda saying Sancho to Chelsea, linked with a move to Chelsea. Jean Kiel saying Man U, also linked with a move to Man U. And Artur Ruiz agreeing with your Serie A move, saying Sancho to Juve.
Makes sense.
Interesting to see him alongside Ronaldo.
He has his choice.
Bavon Gray saying the talent scout for Dortmund should come to Barcelona. We're buying scraps. No offense.
No
offense taken, Bavon. Your point is duly noted. Moving on, Ashley Young headed to your Inter Milan.
Yes.
Maybe. 34 years old. Do they need the fullback?
You know what? When I first heard it, I was like, Ashley Young?
Yeah.
What? Then, the beauty of research. because Danilo D'Ambrosio just is injured, and they don't have any depth at those wing-back positions. So they need a body back there. And Ashley Young is still a good player. He's not going to help them win the Champions League, but he provides the depth because they really are focusing on winning the Scudetto. D'Ambrosio is injured. They have Biraghi, and there's another player that's a wing back that's in the mix as well, but they need that depth. So it makes sense to bring in Ashley Young, who is on his last legs at Manchester United.
Apparently, Antonio Conte tried to sign Ashley Young during his time at Chelsea, and the deal fell through. And so now, obviously, Conte back in to get a player that maybe he's watched for a long time and values.
Yeah, and they need the depth, especially with D'Ambrosio being injured. He has experience playing in Europe. They're in the Europa League, although I don't think they'll prioritize that too much. They want to get that Scudetto and end Juve's reign. But they do need the depth. So it's a good fit. It should be a good deal for Inter.
If that does go through.
If it goes through,
Karama saying, Young is garbage. Now he's not the same he used to be 4 years ago. So Jaben holding nothing back.
But they don't need him to be great. They just need him to be...
They need the body.
Exactly. The body and to be serviceable. And he's still serviceable at this point.
And Richard Murray bringing a great counterpoint to that comment. And Ashley Young is an experienced player. Ashley always plays like an experienced player that is an Italian-minded kind of thought process. But you're absolutely right. They just need someone solid to do the job, not be exceptional, but not mess up
Exactly. Yep.
Ryan Moran saying, Ashley Young to Inter, eye roll emoji. He's better off in Asia or MLS. He is very mediocre now and needs a league that isn't full of crushing talent.
Whoa, well, you're not, like we've said, you're not asking the man to win you the game and provide all the service into
just
Lukaku.
Stand there, Ashley
Yeah,
Young.
just stand there, defend, don't make any mistakes, and you're good. So for just as a solid player who's there as a body that they need the depth, I think it's a good move.
Let's move on. Arturo Vidal. Back in our show today because guess what? Maybe Manchester United are on the hunt to sign him now too. So he's linked with a move also to Inter Milan. Inter doing a lot of business this January window apparently. Barcelona, of course, don't want to let him go. But now Manchester United have joined the talks, which I find interesting.
Yeah, Manchester United's not going to get him.
No, and I don't think that he would fancy that kind of move.
I think that's just a ploy to get Barcelona to pay him more or to give him more playing time.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to United. I think if he does leave, he's going to Inter. I think. But I agree. I think they shouldn't let him go.
I think shouldn't.
Yeah, Barca should keep him.
Should keep him. Yeah, I agree with that. But it seems that obviously there's that whole legal dispute about a couple bonuses that weren't paid. It appears that the club do want to hold on to him, but that he wants to go. And when a player wants to go, we've learned from Paul Pogba and Rabiot, you got to let him go.
Yeah. But pay the man. Well, we don't know all the details of the contract, and there's probably some wording in there that you need 15 lawyers to figure out, but just pay the man. Give him his bonuses. Or if not, buy him a nice car or something, man.
Well,
just keep him there.
Apparently, that always does the trick for George D. Metellus. Just buy him a nice car. Young Jay Swagger saying stay at Barca. Vidal, a lot of people, fans primarily, want him to stay. They like him coming off the bench. So we'll see what happens there.
I like that name, Young Jay Swagger. I like that. Yeah, keep that up.
He's a classic in our comment section. Jude Patrick Alexis saying Barca should keep and start Vidal. Ernesto Valverde, you heard?
That's a sentiment that Gary Bailey says, and I tend to agree with him. I like what he does in that midfield. Frees up De Jong. He could free up Busquets even a little bit to go forward as well.
Absolutely. Gabriel Pessoa bringing up another great point. Barcelona is going to have to let more than one or two good players go if they want to balance the books. And they will, especially if they want to balance the books and bring in Neymar, currently valued at $111 million.
Peace out, Dembele. Peace out.
Speaking of Manchester United, Jesse Lingard, who we reported this week, fired his agent, hired Mino Raiola, and guess what? Now he's linked to an Italian club, shocker, AC Milan.
I don't know.
To join Zlatan.
Look, to join Zlatan and help them do what? Like, they need a lot of...
Finish 11th.
Finish 11th, exactly. He's not even scoring goals in the Premier League with United. And it's harder to score goals in the Serie A. I mean, Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored goals everywhere, even said it himself. So if Cristiano is struggling, well, he's not really struggling because he's second in Capocannoniere this season.
And now he's scored against every Serie A team.
Already.
Yeah.
Already in what, a season and a half?
Check.
So if Cristiano...
But I understand your point, and it is valid.
Exactly. Lingard is going to go to Milan with a mediocre midfield that doesn't really give him the service that he needs. Going to split time. Is he going to start with Ibra? You never know. I don't see it as a good move for Milan. I think it's more PR than actual substance on the field. They got Zlatan to put the attention on Milan so that our team is relevant. And then they get Lingard, a young guy. Our team is relevant. On the results, I don't think are gonna stand up.
I am chuckling because John Ice is being icy cold. How is Lingard a professional footballer? 2 question marks.
Ooh, wow.
Now, let's not forget that Jesse Lingard, who lit it up for England at the World Cup, and had a sensational season for Manchester United once upon a time. So this was a young prospect. Just has hit a cold spell.
Real cold spell.
John Ice cold spell. Juven Karama, the reason Lingard is still playing for Man U is because he's an English player. If he was foreign, they would have probably kicked him out already. Interesting point. Of course, there's no way for us to tell that, but a valid point that I'm sure a lot of people would agree with. Junkie Alba, AC Milan with Zlatan, he'll have a lot of freedom, not to say he'll do anything with that maybe. Are you saying Lingard will have freedom at AC Milan? Interesting point, Sean. We'll consider it.
Well, I'd rather live in Milan than Manchester.
True.
Just saying.
I don't know. Although there isn't too much to do in Milan either.
No.
But at least it's not as cold as Manchester.
Yeah, and Milan is aesthetically much nicer.
You know what, George? We're going to have to visit both, courtesy of beIN Sports, and then we'll let everyone know which is the better city to live in.
Well, I've been to Milan. I just never been to Manchester, but people...
We'll go to both. We'll pretend neither of us have been to both.
The people who've been to Manchester say it's...
Yeah, Gray.
Okay,
we'll have to talk to Gary Bailey about that.
Okay, yeah.
And last but not least on our transfer train, this is a latest one.
Okay.
Lautaro Martinez. We all know that he's linked with a move to Barcelona, maybe to replace Luis Suarez. Linked with now a move to Real Madrid.
Oh,
Can't really see this one happening. I think this is one of those that we link every good player to every good club.
Every big team,
which is always fun. But
don't leave Inter, please.
I know you don't want him to leave Inter, but realistically, he is going to leave Inter. And where would you like to see him go?
In about 2 seasons, he's going to leave.
2 seasons, maybe 2 months.
2 transfer windows.
No, not even. This summer.
Well, yeah, if the price is right, you know what? Real Madrid might just sneak up in there. They do need that depth. They do need that center forward. It's going to be a battle between Barca and Real Madrid.
All right, time for a Paul Pogba update. Alarm. Because yesterday we let you know that he went into surgery. And today we will let you know with this video clip that he is out. So this was yesterday's when he was giving us insight into his anesthesia tours. He said that he didn't know if he was high or sober, and he thought his pee was apple juice, which is always very exciting. And now he is letting us know that he is on the road to recovery. He posted a video of his cast, and he is all A-okay. He has also since deleted these videos, so probably a good idea on his part.
You could tell Pogba is a pretty righteous dude if he can't tell the difference between being sober and being high.
Yeah.
Which means he probably hasn't been high that often. It's one of all. So that's that.
But the good news is that he is on the road to recovery.
Right.
So Manchester United fans,
woo! Well, are they woo? Are they woo?
Know.
Because the way he's been playing, they might just want to say,
he
hey.
hasn't been playing,
or the
so
way
that's
he
the problem.
Playing, yeah, they might just be like, hey, take more drugs and miss the rest of the season, and then we'll sell you and make big bucks and reload the squad. Maybe that might be the feeling. I don't know.
John Ice pointing out Pogba with a fresh cut. Let's be real, Pogba always has a fresh cut. All right, we're going to wrap up with a little bit of a Tom Brady chat because we're running out of time here.
Okay.
I'm being given the 2-minute warning. But Tom Brady posted on Instagram today a very heartfelt message saying thank you to all of the Patriots fans. Obviously, this season did not go as planned. So a lot of speculation about his future. As of March 18th, he will be a free agent. And so people are thinking, all right, is he going to retire? Where's he going to go next? Is he going to stay with the Patriots? And so he has said that he still has a lot more to prove. So it looks as if he will not retire. He will continue to play. Now the question is, will he stay with the Patriots? Or where could he go?
Well, first of all, he doesn't have anything to prove. The man is the greatest quarterback of all time. Second of all, as a Dolphin fan, I went, damn! Why don't he just retire already?
I know.
So that we could have a chance, maybe.
Right.
So there's that, and then now as a neutral NFL guy, I think he's gonna go back to the Patriots. I think they'll work something out. There is no team out there that can offer him what he has with the Patriots, and in terms of being a really Super Bowl contender, and all the real strong Super Bowl contenders have good quarterbacks anyway.
Right.
So I think he'll be back with the Patriots.
So you think one more go?
Yeah,
with New England.
And as a Dolphin fan, I'm not happy about it.
Let's read the comments before we say bye-bye. Arturo Ruiz, Tom Brady to Green Bay. Interesting prediction.
No, but they have Aaron Rodgers. They don't need
think
him.
so.
Yeah.
Brendan Burns, going to be so refreshing seeing a Super Bowl without the Patriots.
Yes, thank you, Brandon.
That is the realest thing that we've heard all show.
Yes.
Arturo Ruiz saying he will leave because he wants to win.
Yeah, but he's still going to
You could
win with the
win
Patriots.
with the Patriots,
Yeah, because
yeah.
the division sucks.
Albert Alcantar saying the GOAT needs to call it. I mean, this is a man who said that he wants to play until he's 45. He's
Yeah.
only 42. So
Still got it.
He's sticking to his word.
Yeah.
Jack Mayal Calderon saying Tom Brady to the Bears, wishful thinking. What I have heard is that his
That's
best
not bad.
friend is the coach of the Titans. And so if he was to go anywhere, he'd go to the Titans. Although Ryan Tannehill is doing very well at the Titans,
Yeah.
so who knows. Anyway, we want to say bye-bye, but we do want to remind you guys that you can watch PSG versus Saint-Étienne in the Coupe de la Ligue semi-final live and exclusively on beIN Sports. Our coverage begins at 3 o'clock. The most expensive player in the world right now, Kylian Mbappe, going to be playing in that match, so you won't want to miss it. Bye.